Referee helps himself, mate. Are you joking? Get your eyes tested.
Oh, come on, give him a break, Di.
What do you mean give him a chance? He's ruining the game, man.
They've got to work.
Pass the ball. Oh. You're useless, mate.
It's a harsh.
Malone.
Hang on, what's happening now?
No ref, no game.
Oh, great. This was going to be a title decider as well. When are we going to have a chance to play this again?
I can ref.
What? You qualified?
I am. I can ref. I can ref.
Go on, lads.
Come on, Greg!
Go on. Referees are legends! Come on!
Yes, Greg!
Some of her class friends have done it, but she was really like, she didn't want to do football, but it's so much fun. It's not like that they'd have matches and things.
My daughter's always been quiet, and now with confidence, she's just been there all the time. She loves coming. She's like, are we going, are we going, are we going? You know, and I'm like, yeah, she loves it, absolutely loves it.
Yeah, I was like shy at the start, now I'm better, and I have much more confidence and fun.
the moon to be able to come here, and she's just grown in confidence. Every time I go to Caerphilly now into town, she wants to buy a new football. She loves taking around with the garden up the front. We've had to buy a new football boots. I think it's fantastic for the community as well and all the other children.
We really enjoy it, and I really enjoy the games, and I have really good friends in football.
Incredibly big and important matches in the space of just 15 days. Guys, how are you all feeling?
Absolutely buzzing, Abs. Absolutely buzzing. Listen, it's going to be a fantastic show. We've got some great guests coming up, haven't we? We've got Nico Williams and Harry Wilson coming up, so stay tuned for that. This is an interactive show, so as some of you have been communicating over there on YouTube, and we're going to run through it a little bit before we introduce our special guests on this sofa over here, because it's all been kicking off, Abs, hasn't it?
Oh, unbelievable. You know, they're all on tenterhooks. We let them wait in. We kept them waiting a little bit longer, didn't we? Just to see how much the suspense would start to grow, and it certainly has been. Amy Davis, what's this stream about? Which is a fair comment. Yeah. Fair comment, right? And then she followed it up with, I was just wondering the same thing. I think that was somebody else answering that. And then here we go, just down here, Steve Spires, new kitchen launch trap. We couldn't be wearing older kits, could we? You know, it's just... No. I'm a constant source of disappointment, to be fair, and yet again, I've lived up to that. That's okay, because Mandy put her straight. She said, I think it's an interview with Harry Wilson and Nico Williams. The North Wales Massive. Absolutely. Ali Davis wasn't having that. How do you know? How do you know? Well, she was right. Mandy was right. Well done to Mandy. So listen, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be joined by the guys over there in Portugal very soon. We're just waiting them to get back from golf, I believe. I think that was where they were doing. Probably very hard training. Gareth Bale isn't even there. How have they arranged that? Done it in his honour. Well, listen, without further ado, let's introduce you to two of our other guests. We've got our red wall over here, although one of them has come in yellow. Rupa Vias from Caerphilly, thank you very much for joining us. And John Morgan from Newport. It's an absolute pleasure to have you along, guys. Rupa, how are you feeling? Are you ready for this?
Nervous and excited. It's a mixture of emotions, as always.
And is that just for meeting Nico, or is that for the international window?
That's just me. And Nico, forget the games.
Yeah, they pale in significance, don't they? You're getting to speak to Nico this evening.
Exactly.
And John, listen, pleasure to have you along. We have your company for Welsh football fans from time to time, but awesome to have you along in this. And how are you feeling? You got the buzz for it, mate?
I have, and to be honest, I'm not going to sleep very well until that game is over. I'm awful. Every single game, I can't help it. I just want to just go there, scream, shout, fall down the stairs, grab a steward and celebrate with him.
As per normal.
Yeah, it's really small things that matter to me, like grabbing someone you've never known in your life, kissing them, throwing them down the chairs, rolling with them as well, and you become best of mates, and you never see each other ever again.
But you've always got that moment that you will always remember, and you shared that, and it's incredibly beautiful. But we were talking, weren't we, just before we went live about superstitions. I don't consider myself a superstitious person in most walks of life. Don't walk over 3 drains, just 2. But aside from that,
everyone does that.
Fairly normal. But when it comes to Wales games, there are certain pieces of attire that I will stick to. You're similar, aren't you?
Oh, I do love my superstitions. So that one has to be green. That one has to be red. Exactly the same gazelles as well. These jeans, this has to be the 2016 kit, and then it has to be the denim jacket that I did the Kiefer Moore video in. Because ever since that night, Welsh football has never been the same for me, ever. I don't know what's happened to it, but yeah.
It's all thanks to you, John.
I'm not saying it isn't, and I'm not saying it is. That's for the fans to decide, but yeah. I'm just happy just wearing multicoloured gazelles, and I think Adidas should actually be making that as a shoe. Wow. They're missing it on the market. Imagine that 2 different coloured shoes.
Yeah.
Home and away on one day.
You give me an idea now for a t-shirt, so we've got to stop there now because I get carried away.
Well, I bet you didn't know that John is a football genius.
Not from speaking to him now, no. I'm joking.
Just a little bit. But yeah, last time, so we had a Welsh Football Fans Live, and Rupa was here. The wonderful Noel Mooney joined us as well. And John gave his opinion on the Austria game. We said, after so long of not playing, does Gareth Bale start?
Bale, he's experienced. He knows that he could come on and he could go, right, instead of me starting and then mingling rain for maybe a half hour, 60 minutes and seeing how the legs feel, I could come on with 30 minutes to go and do some really bad things to Austria. Some really terrible things. And that's, see, they're going to get scared of us.
50% right.
He did do some very, very bad things to Austria, didn't he? He did.
I can remember just coming away thinking, Gareth Bale is going to do some very terrible things to Austria.
When that goal went in, I'm telling you now, I said it. I might have not got it right.
You didn't say he starts, though. I did.
We got it, but together.
Together. It's teamwork. Together stronger.
Together. Here we
go.
Wow.
Wow. You just saved me there.
I know.
Because you weren't going anywhere with that then, were you? You didn't know where you were taking that. Yeah.
But, God, yeah. That was such a wonderful goal. And I am so sorry, Bale. Please, I am sorry that I said you should have come off the bench. But I was right. You did do some really bad things to Austria.
Well, fingers crossed, once he gets back from Paris, he can do some very, very bad things to whoever we're playing in the final. We'll come on to that later, guys. We will be speaking to the players when they arrive in Portugal. So we'll be chatting to them very soon. Stay tuned for that. We'll be finding out a little bit later whether Rob Page loves a barbecue or not.
We do find out quite a lot about his sausage technique, don't we?
We definitely do. And as ever, guys, it is an interactive show, so do feel free to chuck your comments in, and then just like I have to Pascal Niel, come on, Wales. That's right. So we've also got a question here from Dorothy Edwards. Has Harry and Nico been on? They haven't missed a thing just yet. Don't worry. Guys, looking ahead to next week, then Poland, are either of you going out to Poland?
Oh.
Bit of a sore subject.
Is it?
Was going to be going out there. Group of us all looking at doing it, and then all of a sudden, thanks to the change of fixtures, it's just not been viable now. And I'm really gutted. I had my heart set on that. I thought it'd be a lovely 24-hour breakaway, doing that massive run through. Obviously, it's that Jubilee thing, isn't it? That thing's going on.
For who?
Oh, yeah. And yeah. So having all that time off paid, that would have been lovely. Oh, and it's half term.
It's half term. John's a teacher, by the way, football genius and teacher.
I'm just saying, unfortunately, because it's changed, I do understand the reasons why, but
it is what it is, isn't it?
But I think exciting as well that, Rob Page has spoken about bringing some youth through for that fixture, playing younger players. And that is because of the pathway system, isn't it? That we're now able to do that. We've got a group of players. We can bring the youngsters through. It's not detrimental to their development.
Not at all. I mean, you look, here we go. I think Brennan Johnson's the one standout player. I think that is the perfect game for him to, I think Rob Page said it the other day, him to show himself amongst the superstars, really. Prove that he can do it to another level. I think he'll do it. I think he's got it in. He's got it in the locker. We have that kid. And if he does well against Poland, is there a case for him to start against Hungary? Ukraine or Scotland? Or Hungary, whoever we play.
Another one into the mix, why not?
Why not?
Well, listen, Harry Burton's been on. He said, Ukraine or Scotland, who would you rather to play in the final? What do you think, Rupert?
Oh, I don't think we should write either of them off, to be honest. We don't know what's going to happen. No. If I had to choose, though, probably Ukraine.
Yeah.
I
think we suit the style a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. And I'm a bit scared of Andy Robertson.
You don't want to hurt him. You don't want to hurt him. That's why.
You may well notice over the course of this show that Rupert is a Liverpool fan as well. So he'll be exhausted by the time.
I mean, I hope so.
The Champions League final, playoffs, semi-final, and then the final.
Oh, I don't know. I'll take either. I think Wales will beat either.
Yeah. 100%. Let us know what you think, guys. Ukraine, Scotland, which one you prefer us to face, or which one you think will beat?
I'm genuinely content with either. I think Scotland scare me slightly more. The youngsters they've got coming through as well. They've got a few. Billy Gilmore, he's one that really does stand out for me. I think he's absolutely superb. If it is Ukraine, let's be honest, for the second time in a short space of time, nobody will want us to win that fixture. And I think that's completely fair. That is completely fair because we all know how difficult a time it's been. And I think football is such a good tool to galvanise and bring a nation together. So it would be fantastic to be able to play them and share that occasion with them.
Yeah, James Evans as well as sort of agrees with their abs. He said that it will be the villains if it's Ukraine that we have to play. And I think that Rob Page summed it up. We chatted to him in sort of press conferences, and he was there saying that, if we could stop what's happening there, we would in a heartbeat and take away all that pain and suffering that they're having as a nation. But when it comes to the football, then it's just business.
Yeah.
And
I do think though Scotland, I would rather Scotland because I want to get out. I want to get some own back on them.
Oh, but imagine we
I'm
didn't win
sorry,
it.
but that handball.
Yeah.
Still not forgiving him for that. Wasn't even alive.
I was going to say I wasn't even born and I've not forgiven him.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much it affected us as a nation. But I would like Scotland just because I do love the Scots. They would take it well. And I do think, as much as Ukraine, I think it would be, it'd just be such a hard task. Again, what you said as well, like that 90 minutes of football is so hard to get that balance right between the competitive side of things, that will to win, and obviously what's going on in the world then, and that impact and how that happens on the two countries.
Given the magnitude of the game, though, and our history, even if we're 4-0 up inside 20 minutes, it's going to be the worst 90 minutes of my life.
It is, yeah.
I won't enjoy a single second. I'm really looking forward to it, but I won't enjoy a single second, I'll be honest. But yeah, if that wasn't enough, and we've got so much coming up, we're going to be finding out throughout the course of this evening about the Ronda Guardiola and his opinions on many things, Rob Page, of course. But let's find out a little bit more about what he thinks of the two players we've got coming up. Not about Rupert and John, about the two players we're going to be speaking to shortly.
As people, I love them to bits. Honestly, I've got a lot of time for the pair of them. They're both dead keen. They want to learn. They want to play, every minute. Nico's coming on great. H has had an unbelievable season at Fulham. It's been a great move for him. And by going to Fulham, he's created the most chances. His game's gone to another level for me. So, international level, I think he proved his worth. Czech Republic away in Prague. What a game that was, where we took the game to them and could have gone on to win it. And I think that was the first time we slightly tweaked the shape, and we had to sit there and we put H on. But the good thing is with H as well, he's got the discipline to get back in and make a two if you need to. So he's got many attributes to his game, and I can't speak highly enough of him. And then Nico, he's scored for Wales. He can cut in on his right foot. But for me, the best game Nico played was against Belgium. I thought again he went to another level, and even late on where the keeper makes a world-class save to stop him going in the top corner, where he cuts in on his right foot again. And they're both just great to work with. But don't tell him that I said that. I've got to keep them on their toes on this.
Yeah, of course not, Rob. We're not going to broadcast that seconds before speaking to the lads, honestly. But without further ado, should we get Nico and Harry on?
Yeah, let's do it. They're fed up of us. Let's get the real stars on.
Absolutely. Hi, lads. How you doing?
Are you okay?
Well, I do have this effect on many people. I'm not sure whether you can hear me.
Hello?
There we go.
Hey. Sorry about Nico.
Us up. We have that effect on quite a few people.
Can you hear
How's
me?
the camp going?
I think Nico's having some troubles with his mic. Difficulties. Can you hear him?
Oh, Nico.
He's speechless. He's completely speechless. Completely speechless. That Rupert must be because he's seen you.
Start blushing now.
Harry, we'll start with you though, and we'll ask you if you're able to hear us. How is the camp going so far over there in Portugal? We're not jealous at all in rainy Cardiff.
Yeah, apart from the nice weather, the camp's good. We've been training hard. We've had a bit of downtime in the afternoons and the evenings. But I think we're getting that balance right between working hard and making sure we get the rest right as well.
And you mentioned that downtime. A lot is made of the cohesion and the togetherness of this squad. What do you do? Do you have like a darts board? Do you play other sports? What sort of things do you do off the pitch?
Yeah, I think there's different ways. We've got a pool table and a table tennis in the hotel. A few of the boys play cards as well. We've got a bit of a competitive game going in cards where there's a bit of money on it. A few of the boys like to play golf. It's been an opportunity to play the last couple of days. So yeah, I think in the downtime, the lads find different ways to keep themselves active.
Go on then. Who's the most competitive when it comes to playing cards?
It's got to be Chris Meckham on it. I think competitive is one word, sore losers another. But he gets very competitive at times, and he definitely doesn't like losing.
And Nico, I think you can hear us now. I'm just going to ask you, so I believe you had a barbecue last night. I want to ask who the player is who would take the last burger off the barbecue without checking if anyone else wants it.
Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. You know what? I think I'd say Chris Mepham again. Yeah, he loves his food. But yeah, I think if there's one burger left, he's taking it straight away.
Yeah, no questions asked. It probably would have been Gareth Bale as well, right? If he was there, because we know how much he likes his food.
Yeah, I don't think he likes his food as much as Chris Mepham. he likes his food. He likes the sweets as well. So we try to keep him off it, but he likes it too much.
Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting the impression that Mepham has just beaten you both at cards, and that's why you're just destroying him. Lawrence, what have you got? Have you got any questions coming through?
We just got loads of good luck messages, lads. Everybody's been piling in today saying good luck for the games and all that kind of stuff. So when you're out there, I know Rob was talking about maybe changing it up a little bit, some of the lads having a bit of a rest. I mean, how are you guys feeling? Because you've obviously gone so well with Fulham, and you've had a little bit of a rest before coming on camp, have you?
Yeah, we've had a bit of a rest. Not too much though. We're out here in Portugal now. We've had a few hard sessions. It's like a little mini pre-season over here, but it's just getting that fitness back up, that match rhythm. I'm ready for these massive games coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. But listen, the other thing is that we've had is that the Gogs are representing tonight, and you guys are the North Wales Massive. So listen, how is it ahead of the weekend? Because there's a bit of a big game for Wrexham as well, isn't there, Nico?
Yeah, I watched the final at Wembley. They were unlucky, but yeah, they've still got a massive chance to get out of that league and get back to League Two, and I think that's where they belong. They've been in that league, the conference now for too long, and I think the main thing for them now, especially with the new owners coming in, the players they've got, is to get back into League Two and to keep pushing on from there. Yeah, it's been class, hasn't
Absolutely.
it? As your family, Harry, what are they doing for the 5th? Have they been discussed this?
Yeah, I think my uncle's in a bit of a sticky situation with the final being on the same day. I can't believe the footballing body, whoever's in control of it, hasn't changed that, especially if Wrexham do manage to get there, which we all hope they do. But yeah, I think it's a bit unfortunate for the Wrexham fans who'd like to be at both games. But yeah, I'm not sure which game my uncle's going to choose at the minute. But hopefully on the 5th of June, he's a very happy man with both his teams winning.
He was predicting this, Babby.
Yeah.
I bumped into him in the pubs in Cardiff after the semi-final win against Austria, and Skinny was in bits. He didn't know what to think. He was like, it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
But it's so true because, fans of Wrexham travel all the time to watch Wales, even for home games. They have to travel so far, and it's just such a shame that they've got to make such a massive sacrifice, But I just want to ask as well, Nico, of course, you've both had a fantastic season for Fulham, but how has it been being involved in the matchday squad and getting more regular game time?
Yeah, I think it's important for me, especially being young at the age I'm at. I think it's important to get myself out, get as many games under my belt as possible. And yeah, just get that feeling of playing week in, week out. And I think that's 100% benefited me in today's game now. And I think I've definitely improved as a player. I was saying before last camp, there's no better feeling than playing week in, week out than going into a Wales camp and being ready, being fit, being match rhythm. And I think that's 100% benefited me.
And the bloke sat next to you as well. He's not had a bad campaign, has he?
Yeah, it's been all right, to be fair. Hasn't it? Yeah, listen, I've enjoyed it. It's been obviously on a personal level, getting the promotion, which was the main aim, but then going up as champions as well. That was a plus. And then on the international level as well, we've both played in massive games throughout the year, and none as big as what we're going to be hopefully playing in on the 5th of June. But we feel like we're ready. We've both had good ends to the season, and we're ready to attack the games that are coming up.
Did he look after you, Nico? When you get down there to the big smoke, mate, did he look after you?
Nah, I looked after myself there. He did for the
Harry,
first days, and then,
you didn't just leave him to fend for himself in London.
I think the way Nico answered that, I think he feels he's better fending for himself than relying on Harry. Is that right?
I thought I'd done well taking him under the wing and showing him the ropes, and then when he was ready, I just let him be his own thing. But that's what
A nice combination of taking credit, but anything that goes on from now on, not down to you.
Listen, we've had a question in from Abby, and she says, which Welsh player did you look up to when you were younger? Should we throw that to Harry? Because, Nico, you're still really, really young.
You are a granddad now, so go on. I think for me, would have to be Gareth Bale. I think he was making his debut around the time where I was getting to the age where I really started to understand football and really watch it. And then, obviously, I was lucky enough to end up playing with him for a large chunk of time. So for me, he was the one I looked up to. I think as far back as I can remember, I think he was at Spurs when his 2 Champions League performances against Inter Milan come to mind. Was the first time I think I really thought, wow, what a player. And then the things he's done for Wales since then, and going on to Madrid and becoming the player he has, I think he would be the main one for me.
Yeah, class act. And for you, Nico?
He's just going to say I'm copying now, but I think, it would have to be Bale. You look what he's done for club and country, it's unreal. And for me, he was one of the best players in the world. So for him to be Welsh, and especially me growing up looking at what he's done, I think he's just a role model for all of us in this Wales team. And I think most players will say that we've looked up to him.
Absolutely. That's completely understandable. And we've got another one. If you could pick one player from the Fulham squad to play for Wales, who would it be and why? We'll ask you both that. Harry, we'll come to you first.
Yeah, that's a really difficult one. I feel like we've got a very, very good team at Wales, so I wouldn't swap anyone that we have in our team. But if I had to put a player from Fulham in, I think from this season alone, it'd have to be Mitrovic, just purely for the goals he scored. I think if any team's got a player who's scoring a goal every game, it's going to get you the results 9 times out of 10. So purely for that reason, I'd have to choose Mitro.
And Nico, how about you?
I will not copy him, but I'm going to have to say Michu as well. When you look at the goals he scored this season, I think any team would like to have him in your team. But yeah, the goals he scored this season is incredible, and I think if I had to choose one player, it would have to be Mitro.
Yeah, quick note to Kiefer Moore.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll send him this. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, there's some other great comments coming in here. Good luck messages from Neil Adams, and there's a question from Craig Sullivan here where it says that Bale started at fullback and moved up the field. Nico, is that something you'd like to do, or are you were happy there? Because you actually started as a winger, didn't you, and then moved back?
Yeah. No, I think at the minute I'm happy. I don't think playing fullback these days, or even wing back's not like the olden days fullback. It's more developed now. It's more like a winger. It's extra fitness, but no, I don't think I would change it because, like I said, it's as a fullback now, you're getting up the pitch, you're trying to score goals, get assists. So you're basically playing like a winger anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
True enough. Guys, we've got John and Rupert here. Any questions from you guys?
I got 2 things. First is a statement. Nico, this is about me, you, and your mum. Before anyone goes there, it's not about that. Now, Nico, if you remember, back in lockdown, you scored a belting goal, and some silly sausage went online and made up a song about you. And it was to the theme of the Venga Boys. Do you remember that roughly? And he got your name wrong. Called you Neko.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this is me taking time to apologise, first of all, for making that video, and also for calling you Neko. I can say that now, and on that. Now, I did promise your mum at the time, because she messaged saying, thank you for the song, it's wonderful, Nico loves it, but his name's not Neko. And I do apologise, that's the accent. Everything in Newport comes with an O.
Yeah, I think
so we do apologise on that side. And we got that statement out of the way. Now we're friends.
I think all
this
the
one goes to the pair of you. Now, go with Nico first, Harry second. You've got 2 songs that you got to choose before a game to pump everyone up. And now, you can't choose a Maru Keys. This is for the players' circle now. You're choosing 2 songs each. What would they be and why?
I think H has forgot the song you made. So do you mind reminding H what the song is?
Yeah.
What's that?
I want you to sing the song.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Right, do you want the Neko version or the Nico version?
The Neko one, because he was fuming.
I love the Neko one with extra O, shall we? Neko, boom, 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 boom. He comes from Liverpool. No, he don't come from Liverpool. I've got my own song wrong. Harry, that's your fault. You've put me off now. Boom, 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 boom. He plays for Liverpool. His name is Neko Williams. He's Wales through and through. Boom, 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 boom. He plays for Liverpool. His name is Neko Williams. He's Wales through and through. Is that what you're after?
Yeah,
that was very good.
It's decent, that.
Get that playing before games.
I wouldn't. Jesus Christ.
So it was songs, was it? 2 songs?
2 songs to
So
pump the
song
players
each.
up before a game.
And
What
if you
would
don't
choose?
pick that one after what he's just done,
If they choose
I'll let Nico go first on this one.
Is this for in the changing rooms before we go out?
Yeah,
Yes.
changing rooms.
Well, we have. It's normally Chris Gunter on the tunes, and he always puts the same song on before going out. It is what's it called? It's a little remix.
You can sing it if you want.
This is your chance now, Nick. You go.
It's not the name, just sing it.
Oh wait, I'm on the spot. Hang on.
go on, give us a few lines of it.
Sorry about him, he's always like this.
No, he's always like that. He's had a tough day of golf today, so. No.
Who won on the course? I think we.
I don't know. You remember it? I'll sing it.
He doesn't want Gunter's song, he wants yours.
I'll have then All the Lights, Kanye West.
Good choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you, Harry?
Yeah, I think Lose Yourself, Eminem would probably be my choice. I think the lyrics, the beat, I think that just gets you up for a big game.
I think if we did All of the Lights, though, we'd have to have a light show like they do at Wolves before a game because that's quite special.
Is it?
Yeah, it's absolutely spectacular. Yeah. Rupert, have you got any questions?
Do you have any pre-match superstitions?
Yeah, I think all footballers have that. Even if it's just little things like before I go on the pitch or when I go on the pitch, I'll always hop on 2 legs. It doesn't do nothing for me, but it's just one of those superstitions that I've just always done. And then, yeah, when putting my shin pads on, I'll always kiss both of my shin pads. Like I said, it doesn't do nothing, but it's just I've just always done it.
And Harry?
Yeah, I kick, before I step over the white line, I just kick both feet on the floor twice before entering the pitch. Again, I don't know why I do it, but to me, it's like kicking the badness out and before I carry on with the game.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because if I accidentally kick one ankle when I'm walking down the street, I have to kick the other one to level it out. So I kind of get that.
If I kick one ankle, I'm going down. I'm sorry.
Straight over.
Not as stable as you, Harry.
I'm surprised you haven't asked about Liverpool yet, Rupert. I mean, you've got 2 lads here who are probably going to be, after he's watched the Wrexham game, these lads are going to be watching the Liverpool Champions League final.
Go on, I've got to ask then. Predictions for Saturday?
I'm going with a...
Wait, is this for the Wrexham or the Liverpool game? Sorry.
Oh, this is for the Liverpool game.
Liverpool.
All right.
I was off it. I'm going with a 2-1 Liverpool.
Nice.
I'm going to say 1-1 and Liverpool to win on pens.
Oh, no more penalties.
How would you cope with that, Rupert?
I wouldn't cope. I genuinely wouldn't.
No, I can see that. Genuinely.
We want that extra time, though. I like the idea of extra time because Andy Robertson, then, if it is them
really
in the final.
True.
Yeah.
Really, really tired.
Absolutely.
This is
flagging.
We got a question in from Danny. Harry, who's better at free kicks, you or Bale?
I'd love to say myself, but I think we've all seen in the past, and especially the last game against Austria, that Gaz takes that title. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple games, he lets me take one, and hopefully I can find the back of the net too.
Fantastic. It was an unbelievable free kick, though, wasn't it, against Austria? That technique of just getting it into that top corner, incredible.
Absolutely. Right, we're going to let you both go now. I think you've had enough of us. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you on June the 5th. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Up the Necco bus.
Up the Necco.
Who needs a Wenger bus, right?
Oh, they started again now. I'm going to get another apology message.
Wonderful job. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Bit of Wenger boys as well. Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain people, including myself, that won't thank you for bringing those back around. Thought we'd seen the last of them. But there we go. Yeah, it works. It works. Maybe we can get it going on June the 5th, eh?
We'll see what we can do, because I know the Pumpers will be playing on stage, but Burke over here probably end up jumping on for the last few songs. I'll see if I can sneak that one in.
Yeah.
Extra O on it as well.
Extra O.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, although the lads have headed off for their food, there is more to come. We will be hearing from the Ronda Guardiola very, very shortly, won't we?
Yeah, we're going to be questioning, aren't we, how he flips his sausages.
Yes.
On a barbecue, of course. On a barbecue. No need to raise your eyebrows. On a barbecue. But first, shall we check out the incredible work being done at Trevelyan?
Trevelyan is one of the first clubs in Wales to have a dedicated mental health officer, and it was a decision that was brought in memory of much-loved clubman Darren Phillips, and it's a role that clubs all across Cymru could bring in.
Nearly 3 years ago, we lost one of our committee men and big friend of the club due to some mental health problems, and since then the club has felt we never want that to happen to us as a club again. So we feel we need to drive this into the club and into the community, that we get the awareness out there and break down barriers and stigma on mental health in sport. Darren was a hard-working member of the community here, and the committee. He was always here doing something, always had a smile on his face, always having a beer, having a chat. I think it's a prime example, Darren, of people don't know what's going on behind closed doors, you know. Darren obviously had some real troubles in his life, which we didn't know about. And he's just a massively missed figure in the club, you know, and that's driven us to do what we want to do here. It rocked the club to its core, to be truthful with you, and it was a real, you know, horrendous time. But, like you say, positivity is we drive this on not only in Trevelyan and the community, but we're actually out there in other clubs delivering our mental health sessions as well.
I think it's massive. I think it's close to the heart of the club with Trevelyan, and I think it's good we use the status of the club now, build a platform to raise the awareness of it, and I think it's good now we're getting other clubs involved as well. And I think we had a bad experience with mental health with the club, so I think it's personal, it's good personal terms to us. So I think a day like today is massive, especially Derby Day. We've got a crowd here for it and make a good awareness for it. It's always been a stigma around it with men's mental health, where you've got to keep it bottled up and that. But with Martin, he makes sure the boys bring it out, and he's close to all the boys as well, so he's been excellent.
If there's anything wrong at football, at work, in the house even, we've got someone to talk to. Martin's been fantastic. He's given us all his number, so if we've got any problems whatsoever, we can just go straight to him. We all know someone who's going through it, and maybe sometimes they don't show it, and they just need that point of contact for someone to speak to.
I think for me personally, it's made a massive deal. As someone who suffers from anxiety and depression myself, I think opening the club up so that we can discuss this stuff has made a major difference to me. And I think a lot of the friends here and the fellow committee will know, I've always been one to make excuses when I couldn't do something and saying, I'm sick or I got a headache, and being able to be honest and say, look, I'm not in a good place mentally today, I won't be able to do something, makes such a huge difference for me personally. I think it's just so important that we have this open and honest area that we can discuss this stuff, It's a slow process, but, my friends now know when to text me and push maybe if I say I can't do something. They know when to check in, and they know when to leave me alone because I need my own company, right? So it's definitely been a slow but steady learning curve, yes.
Trevelyan for doing so much for men's mental health. I think particularly young males are, they hugely need mental health support, and for a team like Trevelyan, who are obviously so rooted in the community, to offer a space where people can talk about the mental health and signpost to mental health services is fantastic. Yeah, we can't credit them enough.
It's very easy, and the club have given us great support. We've had great support from the FAW. Some of our sponsors are back today as well. So once you get it going, it really is, the numbers of people who want to get involved is huge. So just get in touch, guys. We hope, to give our advice out to other clubs. Please bear it in mind, men and sportsmen don't want to talk about these issues, and there's such a stigma on it that just please open up.
Yeah, absolutely superb work being done. And I know that there are a lot of football clubs who are eager to find out more and get involved themselves. And Martin, being the legend that he is, he's a really top-notch bloke, isn't he? Yeah. He has said that if anyone would like to get in touch with him about this, they can head to Trevelyan's Twitter account and then get in touch with him from there, which I think is such an important thing. It's something that we should all be aware of, all be insightful about. So yeah, go and check him out and have a chat with Martin.
Yeah, absolute legend. And yeah, fantastic stuff. Thanks very much to Nico and Harry as well. Well done, guys. That was great fun having you on there. We know loads of you were pinging comments in. We got through some of them, but we have got a few others. Ashley Mowler said Johnson to start, and we've got obviously score predictions. Shame about Broadhead missing out from James Evans. Should Tom Lawrence be brought in? Do you know what? We will talk about all of these to come, but before all of that, should we get the Ronda Guardiola on?
Let's do it. I think, people aren't here for us two, Lawrence. As much as we like to think that they are, they're not here for us. No. They're here for the Ronda Guardiola. They're here for the shiny head. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do that. I caught up with him earlier on to chat all about Wales, and it'll probably be the last time I ever get to speak to him. So thanks, Alex.
I'm just conscious that some of the players wouldn't have had any break. And it's different for the League 1, 2 and Championship players. They'd have finished in the first 2 weeks of May, so they'd have had ample opportunity to get away with their families or just recharge a little bit. And even if it's just getting away for a week and lying on the beach and not thinking about football, that's enough sometimes to get you ready to go again. I'm conscious that some of the other players have not had that time. So, we can kill two birds with one stone. We're out, it's great weather, we can get on the pitches, we can get the work that we need to do and be mindful and manage some of the training sessions that the lads, they don't need what others do. So it gives us an opportunity. Some could just chill out, relax for the first couple of days. There'll be a bit of golf involved in it as well for them. And they'll only have 2 days where the others have had maybe 2-3 weeks. So it's only 2 days, but that 2 days is really important to refresh their minds, ready for a big month. They're such a good group. They're not just teammates, they're friends as well. So, while we're here, and we were here 12 months ago before the lead up to the Euros, and it worked really well for us. And I thought, well, do you know what? If we can get the opportunity to go back, I'm absolutely doing it, because not just what we can offer them on the pitches and the quality and standard of the pitches and the training, but it's around the golf from this afternoon. We're going to have a barbecue tonight where we're just going to mix as friends and not colleagues then. So yeah, it gives us an opportunity to mix it up a little bit.
I take it you're not on the barbecue doing the cooking, or is that somebody? Does the hotel look after that?
Absolutely not my forte, that, Lawrence. No, not even back home in the garden do I try to entertain that. I'm useless. So
hang on. You're a middle-aged man. We all get on the barbecue. Is that just a no-go for you? You're not there doing the burgers and the chicken and all that, George?
Yeah, I'll have a go. A beer in one hand and a tool in the other hand. God knows what the tool's for. Turning the sausages, maybe. So, yeah, I'll have a go like everybody else, but I wouldn't say I'm very good at it. It's unrealistic to think we can play the same 11, consistently throughout these 5 games. So there will be changes, absolutely. I've said in the past that it's an opportunity for me to expose these younger players to top opposition, and that's exactly what we'll do. We want to win every game, Lawrence. We absolutely do. And we're in a good place at the minute, and we believe we can beat top opposition. We do. We've got that confidence about us now. But we have to also be realistic and think, well, yeah, it serves a purpose as well, because it gives these young players experience of playing against top opposition that will hold them in good stead for years to come. It's an invaluable experience for them, and they will learn so much from having gone through these experiences. And to use Brennan again as an example, and Sorba and Rabi and Rubin, these young players, it'll benefit so much in years to come that, them having gone through these experiences, it might mean that they score a really important goal against opposition like this that gets qualified for a World Cup or a European Championships.
It's such a good job that he's a good manager, isn't it?
What's your favourite tool that you use while cooking on a barbecue? That's my favourite line out of all of that.
Just imagine.
What's your favourite tool for cooking on a barbecue?
I don't know. It'd have to be a wrench.
A wrench for you, yeah, John, for you?
I feel like a hammer. Do you know what? Really beat that meat there, couldn't you?
Oh my God. I just like to get the lawnmower on the corn on a cob. Lawnmower on a corn on a cob. That's my
favourite tool on a barbecue.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, thank God, Rob Page is a far better footballer than he is barbecuer. Rupert, what a job he's done since he's come in.
Oh, he's been brilliant, honestly. Just the way he had to step in and the job he's done, the way he's treating these lads, like they just feel at home when they play for Wales, which is what we want. So yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah. It's a job same for you, I guess. And obviously, he is a manager. It feels like he's grown as well while he's been in the job.
Yeah, I say for me, it's the man management side of things. He seems to really understand the players as people first. I think he's understood how to deal with the players not playing. And the starting 11, that's fine. Yeah. But it's the ones who are not playing, he's been there pushing them through, supporting them through. And that's where there's so much cohesion. You can see that, how the players all talk, how they all interact with each other. And I think it's growing from that atmosphere we had in 2016, that real togetherness. They're not players, they're friends. They've all grown up through the age groups with each other. They look how Nico and Harry interact.
They're like brothers, aren't they?
Yeah. It is like a Welsh family, football family, and you can't buy that. And to make that, you have to have somebody special. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the best footballing coach. It has to be the best coach, the best person who can do that. And that's what he's bringing to the squad. And he's grown as well, like his tactics. He's admitted where he's got things, where he could have changed things, and he's developing. He's reflecting as well as a coach.
Yeah, he's got a team around him of coaches as well, hasn't he? So, he's the leader, and then he has sort of Kit Simons as well around him doing his bit, and obviously Tony Roberts in terms of goalkeeping, and there's a whole team behind the team, if you like. And Abby, you know all about coaching now, don't you? So after your stint at the coaches' conference at the weekend, so I'm sure we should be asking you about this.
I think the one thing I took, so it was the high performance strategy launch at the weekend. And it was part of the coaches' conference. So you had, the likes of Yaya Toure, people like that there who were renewing their badges. But number one, everyone was talking about Gary Speed, because we know that this strategy is his lasting legacy. And it was just everyone's willingness and acceptance. We were all there to talk about that and discuss that. And the fact that we've never lost sight of, what he did to transform the environment in order to incorporate nutrition, sports science, things like that. All of this is incorporated in the high performance strategy. And I think that is such an incredibly important element of it. But also, the way that every coach matters just the same. And I think it's interesting, when we spoke there to Nico and Harry, I even asked about how much playing at club level benefits then coming to Wales. But I actually think a lot of the time it's the other way around, because the cohesion coming through the age grades and getting that exposure to different elements with Wales, I think that helps them thrive at club level.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I suppose Dylan Levitt's prime example, isn't he? He's gone off to Dundee United this season and done well. Do you think he can break in, or probably perhaps seeing against Poland?
Perhaps. I think that's a good opportunity, I guess, prior to the World Cup game. So it's a perfect opportunity for the young players like Dylan Levitt. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And Kiefer, that's the big one for me. I know a few people have mentioned this online as well in terms of questions. Does he start? Because the semi-final against Austria, we looked so good. So good. But Kiefer's come back. He scored, 2-3 goals in 85 minutes of football at the end of the season. He's just got engaged. He'll have had a kind of a rest where the other players haven't. Obviously, he wouldn't want it to be injured, but fresh, ready to go.
I don't know. Do you know what? Last time I said Bale should be sub, and Bale started and scored 2 goals. So I could jinx it now and say Kiefer Moore starts. I genuinely
Don't do
do.
that.
No,
Don't jinx it.
No, because last time I was saying about with me and Kiefer, we got things right.
Right.
When I say Kiefer Moore was the man to get us the goal, to beat Hungary, he was the man. If I say Kiefer's going to score, he's going to score. That's historical. That is 2019. I said it. It happened.
Oh, you got that one right.
I did.
That one
I
happened.
got that one right.
Is that why you're pointing at me?
I do believe Kiefer's got enough about him to start and to get the goals as well. And he's hungry for. You look at him. He's in good shape. He wants to score for Wales. He thrives how we play. That style of play suits him.
But he's also proven, isn't he, that he's a great super sub. So are you not thinking about that?
Oh, don't mention super subs again.
No, I'm terrible with subs, to be honest. Just start him.
Just start them all.
Just get him
Just
all
get 'em all.
out. Yeah.
Start 15 and hope the ref doesn't count.
Yeah.
Definitely weird. Does he start for you, Rupert?
I want to say yes, because obviously, like you said, like he's had a break. He ended the season with his club on a high. He's ready for it. Absolutely.
He's ready.
He should be. I hope so. Anyway.
Absolutely.
And how about both the lads we spoke to this evening? Do they both start for you? They're not there anymore, so they can't hear you. Go for it.
100%. Nico, I think he starts every game. Wilson, again, the same for them. I think they've done so much at club level and they're on fire. Why would you not start players who are consistently week in, week out playing well? So I think we'd be silly not to, or silly to mess up any formation at all with them.
And
they talked about Mitrovic, didn't they?
Yeah.
About how many goals he scored this season. Well, probably thanks to Harry and Nico putting them on a plate.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
You know, if you've got Kiefer coming in there. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Listen, we know you're absolutely buzzing for it as well. And I think we've probably exhausted the chat for this evening because this is the only start. This show is the start of it. We're all getting ready. The guys who are doing Premier League or Champions League finals and playoff finals, they'll all be back joining the squad next week. Poland, I'll be heading off there with Dave, who's very excited, although pressing lots of buttons at the moment over there. We're heading out there as well. So if we see you in Poland, come and say hello. We'll have the cameras rolling. FC Cymru will be right across you.
Yeah.
Harry, you guys going to cope over the next few days and the next week or so?
I don't know. I really don't know because, I mean, every day I'll be there looking, refreshing, see if there's anything new with the players, anything new with the team.
Yeah.
As long as there's no injuries, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's the main concern. You don't want any injuries. As long as we have no injuries, I don't think we've got a reason to be too nervous. But obviously the nerves just come with the games, don't they?
I don't care what happens in that Liverpool game. Sorry, Rupert, I don't care about the outcome. Just please let Gareth Bale come back uninjured. Please. That is all I ask. I don't care whether he plays, whether he scores.
Do not go near the pitch. I'll be happy as well.
Please, just don't get injured. That's
Come
all.
back to us, Gaz, and do the business. Right. Listen, thank you very much. As ever, it's been absolutely fantastic to have you all along, all your comments, and to have you as you've joined in the show. So wonderful stuff. Rupert and John, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Abby, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a delight. And do you know what, though? Quite glad we're wrapping it up because you've just got the low battery sign on your laptop.
I was thinking, I was going to go before we just...
And I've outed you.
Everything goes blank. Abby will be back right before kickoff on the 5th. Stay tuned for more on that. But for now, we'll see you soon. Ta-da.
Diolch.
Referee helps himself, mate. Are you joking? Get your eyes tested.
Oh, come on, give him a break, Di.
What do you mean give him a chance? He's ruining the game, man.
Work, they've got to work.
Pass the ball. Oh. You're useless, mate.
That's a bit harsh.
Malone.
Hang on, what's happening now? No ref, no game.
Oh, great. This was going to be a title decider as well. When are we going to have a chance to play this again?
I can ref.
What? You're qualified?
I am. I can ref. I can ref.
Come on, lads.
Come on, Greg.
Come on. Referee's a legend. Come on.
Yes, Greg.
Some of her class friends have done it, but she was really like, she wanted to football, but it's so much fun. It's not like that they'd have matches and things.
My daughter's always been quiet, and now we're confident. She just beams with it all the time. She loves coming. She's like, are we going, are we going, are we going? You know, and I'm like, yeah, she loves it, absolutely loves it.
Yeah, I was like shy at the start, but now I'm better and I have much more confidence and fun.
she was over the moon to be able to come here, and she's just grown in confidence. Every time I go to Caerphilly now into town, she wants to buy a new football. She loves taking me around with the garden up the front. We've had to buy a new football boots. I think it's fantastic for the community as well and all the other children.
We really enjoy it, and I really enjoy the games, and I have really good friends in football.